Westen Champlin took a Ford Mustang and he put in a 12-valve Cummins out of a pickup truck with 300,000 miles. Now he made that thing run pretty good, but it's time for an upgrade.
Gotta get her warmed up, you know what I mean?
So we're going to put a new 6.1 stroker Cummins in it and double the horsepower.
I know what happens here.
So before we can double the horsepower of the smoke Stang, we need to see what it makes.
So we took Westen's car and we strapped it onto our dyno.
What do you think it makes?
I'd say about 690.
This will be the best double your horsepower video we've ever done. You guys ready? It makes 600 horsepower and 1,500 foot-pounds of torque at the wheel, but I think the new motor is going to make even more.
Once we rolled the Mustang off the dyno, we took it to our shop where we're going to do the work. And funny enough, we actually had another one of Westen's vehicles over there.
And you might notice there's our first in right there, because they doubled the horsepower. What did it have, like 150?
140.
Made 140, now it makes so it's already on the update. Yeah, it'll be good. We'll concentrate on that later. That's the final time she's going to shut off.
Up in the air, out comes the transmission for a refresh.
Also, we need to take the turbos off, radiator out, and some accessories to get ready to pull this engine out.
We've unrednecked the science.
It's finally time. The motor is ready to come out. Okay. As you can tell, there's a chain on it. There's a forklift. There's a motor. And there's a sexy man getting ready to take the bolts out of the motor mounts. What's that?
How's getting ready? Okay.
You've been a good little motor, but now we're going to replace you with a better motor. Oh, see that? She's ready to just fall out. This is the first time this engine's been out of here forever. Go ahead, go up. Kind of sad. It's like breaking up with a girlfriend.
It's a good day.
Yeah, I know. It's like breaking up with a girlfriend while also getting married to a new one. The old motor is out. Now it's time to go get the new motor and put the new motor in. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, dude, like 2 minutes.
I told you, I knew what I was doing when I designed it. Ford didn't know what they were doing.
So we're going to put her on an engine stand to tear her down. Just rob parts off her, probably.
We can't do that. Oh yeah, I guess we do have to rob turbos, exhaust manifold, probably like alternator, fan stuff. Yeah, it already begins.
You don't need a fuel filter anymore, though. You got
No, we got
fancy air dog.
We got a fancy air dog, so we don't need a fuel filter anymore, which is great because this one has like constantly leaked at one point or another, and I've probably lost like $300 worth of diesel throughout its whole life.
Thank you, CJ.
Yeah. Okay. Where's the new motor at? That's the question. We got the old motor. Where's the new one at?
It looks so good. You guys built a hell of a It says smokestack on the top. Oh, dude, you guys knocked it out of the park. This thing looks beautiful.
Dude, this is epic. So what kind of power do you think this thing will make?
It's really going to depend on the turbos, but this same exact setup with my turbo setup on my truck made 1502 to the tire.
Wait, to the tire?
To the tire.
Really?
My truck only did about 152 pounds of boost with this setup.
Only 152 pounds of boost. You see, he's just like modest bragging here. He's like, it only made 150 pounds of boost. Let's get in the car. Dude, I am ready for this thing to rip.
We're putting the Air Dog 5G 2 into Westen Champlin's car.
Let me see this here. Boom, right there. And there's his fuel cell, 2 Group 31 batteries tucked in there. I thought you were a salesman. Thought salesmen didn't know how to work on cars.
Maybe at some companies, but not at Power Driven Diesel.
Oh, my man. God dang, she look good.
So out with the old engine, in with the new one. The new one features a 6.7 stroker crank built here in-house by Power Driven Diesel. Has a stage 2 ported head, big valves, big flow, awesome 700cc injection pump, power jet injectors, a whole bunch of billet goodies, billet valve cover. This engine is dressed, it's beautiful, it's ready for the smoke Stang.
All right, guys, here's the thing, right? Here is the old power plant out of the smoke Stang. As you guys can see, it's old, it's oily. And the thing is, we got to start pulling the parts off this one so we can put them on this one. So we can put this one back in there and we can make horsepower. Oh. All right, it's ready for lifting. Where's the chain? We almost ready, ain't we?
Just about.
Just about. Okay. Filming?
Yeah.
And ba-dump. Got it on the end of the forklift. It's now hanging in there. Now all we gotta do is get that motor in there. I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I come and swapped a Mustang again. I'm feeling good about it. Look how pretty this motor is.
I feel like it just matches the Smokestang's energy. I feel like
Yeah,
now
maybe.
finally you have a motor that's about as good looking as the car itself.
I know. The thing is, anybody ever looks at the car, they're like, wait, the car's way nicer than we thought it'd be. Now the motor could be as nice as the car. Oh my God, it's going in! Oh God, she's gonna look so freaking good in here.
Right there.
It looks really good in there. I think the color, those guys nailed that gray. Westen said he wanted a Destroyer gray, and I think they got a Chevy gray. You're trying to keep the Mopar theme, but, you know.
Oh, dude! After standing back for a second and looking at it, it looks so freaking good. God dang. I don't think I'd be this excited if I had a date with Beyonce. No, yeah, still, I'd be more excited for this. We need fuel, we need turning over, and we need air, and then we can make it run.
That's it. And the air.
And then, well, we technically don't even need air that much. We can just let it run on this. And then we get it hot, and then retorque the engine, and then put everything together.
We do need oil too.
Oh, yeah, we need motor oil.
That
Yeah.
would probably help. We also need caps for those dash 10 bolts down there.
What's in here?
Oh, here's the moment of truth.
Oh,
Ooh, hold on.
space for days?
Oh, dude. Cherry. So, you see that big ass turbo they just slid on there? That is going to be the new small turbo for this setup.
It fits, right?
That's going to be the small one.
That's gonna be clocked.
That's beautiful.
How big is that?
That's just money. There's no way.
72 millimeter.
Mini Merce.
Damn. That's all.
Mini-mers.
God.
72 mini-mers.
Dang, that thing is huge.
It will be money. Don't you worry about your pretty little mind.
See, here's your big one.
Oh my God. Dang, boy.
That's called love at first sight.
Oh, beep. That's the new big one.
Uh-huh.
Damn, thing is 300 pounds.
Damn, but damn.
How does that look? Rock-a-bye baby in the... Oh, dude, is that like metallic?
Got flake in it.
That would be awful to fucking strip. God, it looks so good. I don't think my back's strong enough for this.
Higher.
Oh.
Higher.
Everybody's gonna be like, you beat it, you can't lift it. When you set it down on the concrete, I felt it in my foot. That's how heavy it is.
So horsepower potential, that's considered a 1,000 horsepower turbo. This is considered a 2,000 horsepower turbo.
So we can split the block. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna do that today, but you know, if we get crazy with it.
So like the truck that we split all the blocks had 3 of those on there.
Oh shit! Good thing we're not concerned about weight. We'll keep it. This is wheelie
The
prevention.
turbo is the best weight you can add to a vehicle. Like
Yeah.
like the gain per pound is better than, I mean, the only thing close to it's nitrous, but nitrous runs out. Turbos never run out.
Turbos, you just get down on the gas a little bit more, just watch the boost gauge go. Whoa! Will this max that gauge in there? Dude, that's freaking cool. What gauge do we put? Is it 150?
50.
We got fuel, we got electric, we got the starter hooked up. Everything should be good for this bad boy to start right now. So I'm gonna get in there and crank on it. He's gonna look at it ferociously, and the more he looks at it, the better it'll run. Right?
Sure.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Go up on, everything on. All right, we're good. Watch your fingers. I don't know if I can hear anything after that. That thing is loud. That thing is partying. Did you see he just bumped it just a little bit and it shot a little flame like that, and every time he'd bump it, go, wah! This thing is ready.
You see how snappy that throttle is? I mean, it is like
6-inch stroker, ported head.
Yeah, dude, it's cherry. Don't worry about the oil leak. I did maybe forget to put a plug on the oil drain for the turbo, so.
We also need caps for those dash 10 plugs down there.
Alright, so, Weston, I've been staring at this while you've been playing other stuff. We want to put this big 472 in. It fit good going down, but it's pretty tight against some stuff here.
The problem is this is in the way for us to fit the bigger turbos, so instead of putting smaller turbos on, we're just going to cut this out of the way. And ta-da! Now the turbo should fit.
Okay, so give me 1 second here. Now I'm going to rotate this bad boy down over here, like you have it over there. This is kind of like this type of deal here. All right, Weston.
Dude, that would look sweet. And then you can see them both super easy.
In the Mustang, there's not a ton of room, and I wanted this thing to be tight. So I took our T6 flange over to Tony, who chucked it in the lathe, and he cut a nice pocket into it for me, so I could put that pipe really deep into it, so it'll be a nice tight system.
It fits in there kind of nicely. This is flush.
It's gonna go basically parallel, like long to long.
Okay.
After Tony finished the lathe work, he chucked it up in the mill so that he could mill some flats for a bracket and to give some space for the nuts so that it could be bolted up to the turbo.
So with the custom parts done, it's time to start fabbing up this turbo system.
Watch that.
We are about finished up with this turbo install on the Smoke Stang. It's freaking awesome. The hardest part is like mixing new turbos with old piping. Making the turbo piping on these two is kind of easy because I started fresh. Fitting the new pipes with the old pipes is very difficult, but we're just about there once I'm done with this weld here. It went really, really late. Meyer and myself stayed till 4 in the morning getting this thing built so we could have it ready the next day when Westen got back from his big event in Las Vegas, so we get this thing on the dyno.
Yes. I need you to drive my nut.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Where's our stack?
Seems about right. Hey!
The boss is here working.
Woohoo! Dude, right here, these guys, the bosses work just as hard as everybody else. Okay. The motor's done. They finished the turbo kit on it. Big turbo with a bigger turbo on top. And how much power are we aiming for? 1,000 plus. That's a lot of power.
We're about ready to down this bad boy. What's your power guess?
She's ready to rip. 1,200. 1,100.
1100 you think full out, or do you think that's what we're gonna tune it to?
I think you'll tune it to 1,100. I think if we went full out and we didn't care about the intercooler, I think it'd do like 1,400.
You think that intercooler's gonna hold 1100? We're gonna find out.
It's straight off Amazon. It's rated for 22 psi. So.
Oh, no problems here. What's your guess?
I'm going for 950.
950 before she blows the intercooler?
Yep.
I think it'll at least do 1,000 before it blows intercooler.
Have a little faith, Tim. Come on.
Come on.
This is Amazon special.
Hey, that thing is welded really good. You know, did you see it? It's not even bulged.
Well, I mean, I'll take the 1,000 number then.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
1,000.
gonna go for the 1,000.
1,000. All right.
He's 1,000. I'm 1,100. We'll see what happens. I'm a little bit more optimistic, man. Brax, what do you think? You want to split the difference? 1,050? Okay.
How much boost has it seen so far?
It's, well, I think it's seen about 80, but it's only had a 60-pound gauge.
80.
80
We're
pounds.
still alive.
Yeah, and the intercooler's never blown apart. I mean, we've blown pretty much every tube going off the turbos, onto the engine, every bit of it off at one point or another, but we've never blown that intercooler up.
Okay.
So, we'll see.
Okay, that's
What
pretty good.
So, at this elevation, what is boost-wise 1,000 horsepower?
Depends on your cylinder head, RPM. There's no like boost equals 1,000 horsepower. I did 1,000 horsepower at ATS Gauntlet, which is as high as here, at 30 psi on the Godfather. So I mean, it's a big difference. I mean, head flow, RPM, stuff like that. So
That was a 3,000 horsepower truck, though.
Meyer, got a guess? Good, good.
1,050.
1,050 going right in the middle. All right, very good, very good.
I'm so that means if y'all lose, you and the Murray here has to buy us breakfast. The thing is, the
Same.
so you blow apart what blah blah blah. You blow.
One more time.
You blow apart.
It blows a fart.
It blows a fart.
You blow apart a factory intercooler like what? 90 pounds.
Depends. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's not-
So this is almost better than a factory intercooler. It's still.
It
good.
is smaller, so it has a lot less surface area for the pressure to explode it, which is
Exactly.
true. It has welded end tanks.
Yeah.
It might hold. It might hold 22. I think 22 psi is low.
Yeah.
I mean it's little, but
We can put some ratchet straps around the outside of it and try to hold it together.
yes,
The
absolutely.
thing is, if it blows apart, how hard will it blow apart?
I mean, it's gonna
Catastrophic explosion
Really?
or a small crack. One of those two options.
Really?
yeah.
Do they really like just boom?
They're loud.
People, like dry when what happens on the street, people think their truck just blew up.
Well, you think about blowing a boot, how loud that is.
Yeah.
Except bigger.
Except way bigger.
Well, I had a cheaper intercooler up here, and it blew one of the intakes off, but it didn't really sound that bad, except for it blew the end of the bumper off.
And usually when I blow a boot, it sounds like a cannon, even in my little stock pickup.
650 spinning at 200,000 RPMs.
Well, I'm guessing 1,200. I'm going high. I'm always optimistic. I'm saying it goes 1,200
All right,
before she blows. So that's my guess. 1,200 before she blows. Let's go see what it does.
What did you do? I babied it. I kind of pedaled it, but did he make 900 horse and I let off?
You can see where you let off.
Dude, you can totally see where I let off.
How much boost?
I think probably 80, 90. Hey, the intercooler's still together. We put 100 pounds of boost to it. That's pretty good.
How much horsepower?
924 horsepower, and I let off of it early. Went full throttle with it.
It didn't seem like it to me.
I was like, let's get one good run before we blow the intercooler up, so I didn't go full throttle. I was like 2/3 the way down, and then it started building boost. I kind of let out of it. Oh my God, dang, this thing's
so effortless.
Oh, dude, it just spooled and took off. It made just power like that. You guys know what you're doing. This thing absolutely rips. Should we do another run?
We should.
All right, let's pour again.
So NC pressure was at 56 psi, so it's definitely regulating it down. Total boost only hit 93 psi. Holy shoot! He's got way more in it for sure.
If you want to go higher, if you're done, if you want to hit.
How much boost did it make?
Let me look. Let me pull it back.
All right, so that's our second
dyno pole.
Second dyno pole. He actually kept in it this time. That's really cool. He didn't let out. And it rose nice. 1,016 horsepower
1,976 pound-feet
to the ground.
to the tire.
Let's look at some numbers here. We're gonna go look at like boost and see what kind of pressures we're making here.
So it made peak power right there about 3,100 RPM. We're only at 24 degrees timing, so we're gonna throw 11 degrees timing at it and make
Over 35.
38 pounds interstage, 100 pounds total.
100 psi to the T. 100.0. Oh,
Well, if you go up higher,
a little over 100. Little 100 pounds boost. With the added timing, we may drop a little boost because it's like we'll have a little less heat in the chargers. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't pick as many boost. But maybe we will, because I'm gonna do a little bit more aggressive run than Westen did. We're gonna get some boost. We're gonna blow that intercooler. If it's gonna blow up, it's gonna blow up right now. You're gonna want to see this.
So these guys are want to up the timing on it real quick and see if we can get it up there a little higher. I would be really happy if we made 1,200 before we left.
All right. After making a little over 1,000 horsepower in the dyno, it was time to up the timing to see what this engine really had in it.
So we took timing from 24 all the way to 35 degrees. It took Meyer all about 10 minutes with the parts we had in this truck, the adjustable timing gear, the easy access cover. It went slick, and now it's time to make some real power.
Thanks for calling Power Driven Diesel. This is Weston. How may I help you today?
Oh,
Oh, you want your car to go fast? Well, goddamn, you called the right place. How much timing did you guys put in it?
11 degrees. It's at 35 now.
So it's at 35 degrees of timing, and Todd's like, hey, I know this dyno really well. Just let me slide in there real quick and drive it and see what happens.
Let's get a number.
You see that smile? You see that smile? That's gonna be a big number. Okay,
Let's do this.
let's let it rip. Dude, this thing is going to freaking destroy.
Yeah, look at see if the fuel pressure's dropping.
And so ANC pressure is 61.
And it held the whole way?
Yeah.
Okay, so this fuel pressure is fine. 1052 is all made for power.
Dude, it's such a different experience feeling it outside the car. It's such a different experience feeling it outside the car.
Look at this fuel pressure. 62, 63, 61.
Wait, where's fuel pressure at? Is that it there?
Line, yeah.
Dude, that air dog is ripping. That thing is getting down.
5G for the win. What's fuel pressure?
62 the whole time.
The whole time. The whole time. It's perfect.
It went up to 63 and then dropped to 61.
What's the governor strength in that?
I just did a dyno run in the smokestack. It's super fun, but I could tell right away we're governing out. I could just feel it now. So we get to the power, I'm like, this thing should be taken off, and it says nosing over. So we looked at the dyno graph, we're pulling fuel way too early. So I'm like, guys, what's the governor springs in this? And it turns out we had 4 Ks in the pump. So we're putting 5 Ks in right now, because it should really scream past the RPM where we're nosing over. So anyway, hopefully this thing just picks up a bunch of power and gets way more rowdy.
Westen, 1264.
Wait, what? 1264. It made 1,264 pounds. Oh, 2,200 foot-pounds. Dude, did you see that? 1,264 horsepower, 2,200 foot-pounds. Truly fire. That was wild. How much boost did it make? 111? That's not bad. But it's got that ported head and stuff, so that's way lower than we thought it'd be.
It was so intense.
Dude,
Oh,
I felt like it was vibrating my heart. Like it's just like, and then
over there like,
Todd's in there cool as a cucumber. He goes, he just didn't stop. Like you hear it and you're like, that's 2,000, that's 3,000, that's 4,000, and it's still ripping.
It felt good. It came up good. I mean, really nothing. The turbos come on, and you feel like keep on. It's like, all right, this is right. It was awesome, man.
Outside, when it's like blowing stuff at you, and you're like afraid the intercooler is gonna fly apart, you're like, why is everybody standing behind stuff?
we need to give her one good final send-off.
And then we put the keys in Will's hands, and he proceeded to do the weakest burnout I've ever seen.
All right, so now let me tell you behind the scenes here. The car ran out of fuel right as I got into overdrive. I was just getting a feel for the throttle and it died. And I didn't have time to put fuel in it because Todd and I had to catch a plane immediately to Georgia to go help Mike Finnegan increase the power on his ramp truck. So make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss that video.
Wait, you think you need a floor jack?
Dude, there's no way we're gonna get here.
Thanks for watching, and more burnouts to come.